leaving. I'm boarding the plane in El Calafate. I'm going back to Buenos Aires tonight. And then tomorrow morning, I fly to Santiago. Wish me luck. This driver approached me as I was leaving. Normally I was like, no. But he is a taxi driver, he had a badge, and Uber is illegal from the airport, which I didn't know. But the price for that was 20,000, and his price was 24, so it's a fair price. Confirmed the price before. He has taxi credentials, so it's probably fine. We'll find out. Day one. I'm having a lazy day. I've been going like a mile a minute for 2 weeks, and I have to like chill for a day, or I'm gonna I'm gonna lose it. But this place, I'll give you like a full tour. But look, I have this balcony. Oh, freaking cool! Come on. And I think they're tangerines. They're either tangerines or weird oranges, or something totally different that I've never seen before. Anyway, I am having a lazy day, but I am gonna go get a pedicure. My feet are gnarly. I'm not taking a good camera. I got some advice from my cab driver who said this is not an unsafe neighborhood, but I should be careful with this camera, because he said, I don't know if it's expensive, but it looks expensive. So I'm gonna take the action cam. Let's go get our feet did. A pedicure was like $7, or a manicure was like $7, so we're gonna add that on. I scheduled it through WhatsApp with the ladies at the salon, and they seem awesome. So let's go do it. OMG, my Uber driver just saved my butt. I thought I put the right address in, and he confirmed it when I got in, and I was a little annoyed. I was like, it's in the app. And I'm glad he confirmed, because it was wrong. I was about to have him take me to the other side of Santiago. So, might need to be a little bit more careful with that next time. Jeffrey, ¿cómo estás?
Bien.
Much better, yes. OMG, they were incredible. They were so kind, they were so sweet. They did a great job. So I'll tag them in the description, but if you happen to be in Santiago and need a pedicure or manicure, highly recommend them. They were lovely. And you know, it's a little risky to be show up in a random country and look for a men's pedicure, but it worked out. I might have gotten lucky, but you know what? So far, everyone here in Chile is just like they were in Argentina. Everyone's so freaking nice. Is that just like a South American thing? Okay, so remember how I was worried my camera might get stolen? My phone just got stolen. I literally pulled it out just to make sure I was on the right track. And it was actually a delivery guy, like a bike delivery guy, just zoomed right by and grabbed it, took off. Like, there wasn't even a little bit something I could do. So, whatever. It is what it is. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. I'll find it, or not it, I won't find my phone, but I don't know. Are there Apple stores in Chile? Probably, I don't know. But I'm on my way to Western Union, which is now difficult to find without a phone, but I'm gonna find it, get some cash, take a cab home. You know, it is what it is. That's what happens when you leave home. It's just a metal box. So I was on my way to pick up cash from Western Union. I transferred money and I was going to go get cash. And I was like, well, I guess I'll go get cash because I don't have a way to call an Uber or pay for a way home. So I went and found the Western Union, or tried to find it, and I couldn't find it. And I stopped in a little, they call them kioscos, but it's like a corner store or like a bodega in New York. And I asked in like just like my non-existent Spanish if they knew where Western Union was. And this girl, her name is Stephanie, spoke incredible English and saved the day. She was like, oh, where are you trying to go? And I was like, Western Union. She's like, oh, I think it's around the corner. She was like, you're not Chilean. I was like, no, I'm obviously not Chilean, Stephanie. And she's like, oh, let me walk you there. So she walked me to the Western Union. But then we got to Western Union, and I had to have like the code and stuff from an email that Western Union sent me in order to pick up the cash. I couldn't pick up the cash. And there's no like good way to get around here other than Uber or public transportation, but neither of which could I do without a phone. So she so kindly called an Uber for me to get back to my hotel, and she was so lovely. It was like two like completely like oppositional experiences smashed right up against each other. So she called me an Uber and I got home. And I was like, whatever, it's no big deal. I have insurance. Like, it was written, my phone was in really bad shape anyway. Like, maybe he did me a favor. Like, whatever. I'll just call the insurance and get a new one. Well, and I mean, I'm not like pissed. I mean, I get it. But there's no way for me to get a replacement here. I can only get a replacement in the US. I mean, I can go buy an iPhone here outright, but in order to get it through my insurance and have my insurance cover it, I can't get one here. I can only have it shipped to an address in the US. So I don't know what to do. Like, it sounds so silly, but like I really don't know how I'm gonna survive here for 7 more days without a phone. Like, I don't, which is ridiculous because I'm like, well, what did we do before cell phones? Come on, like, you're not that reliant on your cell phone. But like, if it was 40 years ago, I would have brought maps. I would have brought like a translation book. I would have been prepared in all these different ways. And I don't have that option. I'm not going to go get those things. I don't even know where to get those things or how to get those things or how to call an Uber to get those things. And so it feels so overdramatic, but I kind of just want to go home. And like, it's a bummer to think that I'm going to, it's a bummer to think that I'm going to miss out on some of my time here, but I think it's going to be really difficult to enjoy it. Like, there aren't just like cabs driving around. So like, Uber is really kind of the only reliable option other than public transportation, but I don't have maps. I don't know. And then the biggest thing is the language. Like, in every scenario, I could just open up Google Translate and, we could work together to figure out what I was trying to say. And I don't know how I'll do that now. What a bummer. And I can see where my phone is, but I'm not going to go hunt down this Chilean guy. Like, that's not smart. And then I'm going to talk to Delta, see what the options are. See if there are like Chilean burner phone options. I don't know. Maybe I can get a cheap phone of some sort, but I also don't want to spend a bunch of money on a phone just for 5-6 days. I kind of just want to go home. But I'm also probably being overdramatic. So I don't know. Let's call Delta. Okay, so I'm going home early. But not tomorrow. I'm going home in a couple days. I'll I'll still have a little time to explore Santiago. That's what I'm gonna do. And I feel good about that. That's what I want to do. Mostly. I mean, I'm bummed to miss out on time here, but I think it's gonna be hard to enjoy it without a phone. That sounds so effing stupid to me. Am I that dependent on a phone? Yeah, I am. I spent yesterday pouting in my hotel room, and it was great. I finally got the chill rest day that I didn't have the day before. But it was a great chill day, and I think I needed it. So today, we're going to the zoo. Not always the biggest fan of zoos, but there's apparently a gondola that leaves from the zoo that gives you some pretty awesome views of the city. So I'm gonna go check that out. And then the National Art Museum is also really close by, and I feel pretty confident that I can get to both those things without Google Maps or any, without my phone, and then find my way back home. And then this evening, we'll head to the airport. We've got a late flight at 11 o'clock. So, yeah, it's, I'm leaving a few days early. And I have all kinds of mixed feelings about it. The deal sealer was when I called Delta, and for whatever reason, the flight tonight, to move to the flight tonight, was $600 cheaper than my original flight. So, that sealed the deal. Because that's the better part of a ticket back here when I am in space to hate Santiago less. I don't hate Santiago at all. It's beautiful. I know it's a magical city. And that's what everyone keeps saying is, oh my gosh, I always wanted to go. I'll never go now. Do not let that be the takeaway. This happens everywhere. I lived in New York City. I live in LA. This happens there. This is not a Santiago thing. Santiago is not a crime-ridden hellhole. It is a beautiful city. And, I've only been here a few days, but I've already met multiple super awesome, sweet, kind people. So do not let that be the takeaway. Let's get ready. Let's go enjoy this last day in Santiago, and then we'll come back another time when we're in a better headspace. So that was the funicular. A funicular is it's that thing. A tram that pulls you up a steep incline. There's also one, I only know what it is because there's one at a resort in Park City, Utah that takes you up to one of the resorts. It's very cool. So now we're looking for the Peleferico, something like that. That's the gondola. I don't know where it is. We might have to ask. I knew Santiago was huge, but seeing it from up here puts it on full display. It's freaking massive. Got a quick coffee before I get on the gondola. It's very good. I've had a lot of good coffee here. A lot. I love a gondola. I absolutely hate heights, but I love pretend risk. And I think that's what I get out of this. I know that it's super, super safe and I'm not actually at risk, but it's still such a little panty crapper, you know? Okay, that was awesome. Really great views of the city, and I think it was like $9 for both tickets. So, quite the deal, if you ask me. So let's take this funicular down, get some food, and go see some art. Jeez, I am loving the weather here. It is so hot in Santiago, but it's super dry. It feels like Los Angeles in the summer. It's my favorite weather. I always said I hated the heat. I don't hate the heat. I just grew up in Missouri and it's so humid. I hate the humidity. That's what I hate. So, feeling this weather. Oh, I think I'm here. Museo de Bellas Artes. Artists. I don't know how you say it, but I'm here. And it's free. This is pretty cool. Wow. Okay, we're heading to the airport. I had a great day. I can't wait to come back and explore again. Also went to that art museum. It ended up being free. There was so much cool stuff in there. I wish I had my phone because I couldn't read a lot of the informational signs because they're in Espanol, but it was beautiful nonetheless, and the building was awesome. Okay, Santiago, you were sort of good to me. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I'll be back. I'm coming back for you. Oh, I realized I didn't give you a tour of my room. Let me give you a tour of my room. So, this is the bathroom. It's got this crazy light. I don't know why it does that to the camera. Isn't that bonkers? Crazy light, but come into the main room. Got a double bed. I got this place on Hotwire. It's normally 150 bucks, not a sponsor. It's normally 150 US dollars a night. But I got it last minute, like the day before I arrived, for like $47 a night. It's called the Hotel Loreto, L-O-R-E-T-O. That is the name of the street it's on. It's in Bella Vista, which, I don't know. Some people told me it was a great neighborhood, which is why I purposefully sought it out. But some people here have said it's not a great neighborhood. I don't know. This isn't where my phone was stolen. I haven't felt unsafe. So, I don't know. It worked out for me. So, let's head to the airport. You have to meet Luna, the hotel cat. Here. It turned out I couldn't call an Uber from my iPad. Luckily, the front desk, Clark Victoria, was incredible and called an Uber for me. Want to watch another video? Click here. Want to learn more about my upcoming trips? Click here. Want to subscribe and like all my videos and turn those bell notifications on?